Okay, so with my resource hunt today, it went very well. I just walked over to this Christian camp next door and just simply asked, hey, I'm walking across the country. I am kind of short on water and I need to get to Nesco in. Is there any way I could fill up a gallon of water? And the guy helped me right out. He was more than awesome and told me there's spigots down there if I need more water later on tonight over by the campsites. I was more than welcome to help myself. Just try to stay away from any adjacent campsites and be respectful. So, this is what's going to happen now, guys. Okay? Because my buddy Joel had a tradition in JVP, and it's called the beach show. He did the morning announcements at the beach, and pretty sure he did it about twice a year. And this water's cold. This water is cold. But here in a little bit, I'm gonna get my swim trunks on, and I'm gonna head out, and I'm gonna go down to the beach, and I'm gonna jump in this cold water, beach show style. So this one's for Joel, and this is also a treat for everybody that's watching, and this is also, in a way, a payback for me never jumping in the frozen water for the 100 subs. So on YouTube. So this is gonna be the payback because this water is just as cold. So stay tuned for that here real soon. So beautiful. Good night, Mr. Sun from the West Coast. I thought I'd share with you guys an ocean sunset. These are some of the beautiful things I get to see on this journey. Look at that. What's up with that? A plane, 2 planes, and they're different. Huh. Must be doing some kind of military exercise. One last look at the sunset. Alright. Well, I'm sitting around the fire, and you can't see my face very well, or I would have my face on here, but this is day 7, and I'm in Neskowin, and I just kind of wanted to go over a few things and let people know my cart's destroyed. I'm trying to hitch a ride into Newport so I can get a hiking pack. I'm carrying everything by bags right now. Everything's kind of lopsided, and it's very hard. I've been looking for support, and thanks to my buddy Jason, I'm going to be able to get my bag and get everything squared away. So, I'm very thankful for the support that I get. When I get it, it's greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. The people that are showing up and helping out. I'm interacting more with people, and I'm building more awareness, which was really what I'm looking forward to doing, and I'm trying to do on the way. And a lot of it's got involved with talking to people and just not being scared and breaking out of your shell and the norm. And once you interact with somebody, they're kind of forced to kind of ask you what's going on with you and what you're about. And that's when you really can kind of get personal with somebody and explain to them your story. And a lot of people have asked me, and number one question that I've gotten this week has been, why are you walking? Okay, well, first off, it's on the sign. Second off, I'm walking for homeless veterans. I'm also walking because I've been through some personal stuff in the past couple of years that has made me kind of lose touch with myself, and I've been very depressed, and I won't lie, this is kind of my admittance to this, that I was feeling suicidal at one point in time in my life in the last year, and I had to make a serious change. And the change is to do something drastic. I felt like it was my turn and my time in life to do something and try and bring awareness and do something that's bigger than myself. And long story short, I'm going to tell you a story and one of the catalysts of why I'm doing what I'm doing. A friend of mine that I met back when I was doing my journey to Portland on the Greyhound bus, and I was going to start doing all the interviews, and then I ended up having all the issues out there. I had met a homeless veteran, and we became really close, and he told me a lot of stories and opened up to me about things that he wouldn't open up to normal people about, and I really understood this person. And I always checked on him, and I helped take care of him. I bought him food and blankets and clothes over time. And when I came back out to Portland, he was one of the first people I had found. And, he was still in the same situation, but he was finally about to get housing. And he was really excited about that because he had been on a waiting list for 2 years as a homeless veteran to get help in Portland, Oregon. And so, at this point, he's going to get his own place, and he's really ecstatic about it. And I can't blame the guy, And so he's 2 months away from getting his place, and he goes and signs the papers, and he's got a month to go. And all of a sudden, I didn't see him anymore. And I looked all over for him and asked people about him, and nobody knew what happened to him. I watched this man sleep on sidewalks without blankets. I watched this man eat out of garbage cans. I watched this man do everything that he could just to survive and be treated like a normal, upstanding citizen, like a soldier who actually fought for our civil liberties. And long story short, the ending of this story is that This man passed away on the street 15 days before he was supposed to get his own place and be off the street for the first time in 15 years. And that's not even the catalyst, ladies and gentlemen. The catalyst is the simple fact that I didn't even know the man died. I didn't get to say goodbye to him, and I never went to his funeral because I didn't even know it happened. And it got me to thinking, how many people that are veterans die on these streets every year? And I looked up the number, and it made me instantly cry. It makes me sad to know that thousands of homeless veterans die every year on these streets. It breaks my heart to know that men that fought for our freedom and men that made sacrifices that us that didn't could not understand, that means more to me than anything. No veteran should be living on the streets after sacrificing their life for our freedom. And anybody who walks past these men without any shame or without any remorse, these are not people that I want to call friends. These are not people that I want to associate with. So instead of shunning them or ignoring them, I have decided to put myself amongst them and do my best to raise awareness, to teach other people why it's important that homeless veterans have a home. If you don't understand based on that story, I don't know another way to explain to you why I'm doing what I'm doing. If a personal friend of mine died on the street and he was a homeless veteran, I can only imagine what went through his mind. And honestly, I probably don't want to know. But the moral of the story is that we should all care a little more about people. And it's not just veterans. So many people homeless die in this country every year. We let so many people lay on the streets. Some people make that choice, and I do understand that, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them don't, and people don't look at that anymore because certain people have used up certain things and credentials to make it impossible for other people to even get that benefit of the doubt anymore. And I challenge every single one of you out there that watch this documentary and listen to my podcast and watch these videos. I challenge every single one of you not only to donate to this cause, but I challenge you to go out in the street, find a homeless veteran, and even if it's providing a meal or a blanket or a piece of clothing, do something to change their life. It could just be a conversation. It doesn't have to be monetary. But I challenge all of you, since I'm out here taking the miles and the time to travel the country to do this, I challenge all of you in your hometowns to do something similar and help raise awareness. I'm not the only person that can raise awareness. And you don't have to walk across the country to do so. You just have to care. You just have to believe and care about a cause enough that you're willing to do something about it. And I don't think that veterans deserve to be ignored. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I get to see some beautiful sights, and I understand that. But, to put yourself in these shoes and to walk this path, it is just so amazing. And to truly understand what it means to not be selfish and to be selfless. I always thought what those words meant, but I truly didn't understand their meaning until this week. And I'm sure by the end of this trip, I'll understand their meanings even more. It doesn't take $1 million to change the world. It just takes effort and awareness. So that's my message tonight, as I sit here on this fire and think. And I think about why I'm doing this. As I sit on the ocean and look out, I have a lot of time to think about this. And I have a lot of time to think about what my responses would be with certain questions and things that people ask me. And, you know, it's funny because it seems like more people just want to be entertained than even care about this cause. They want to watch my Facebook Live videos. And they want to do things like that. While meanwhile, I'm sitting out here and I had to drop half the shit I own because my cart busted. And now I have to go get a camping pack. And without a very, very few select people, this trip would cease to exist. Most people wouldn't bat an eye if anything happened to me out here. But to those of you people that care, and to those of you people that listen and support my message and aren't just there for the entertainment, I want to thank each and every one of you, because you guys are the reasons why I'm still going today. You guys are the reasons why I will not give up on this trip and I will see it through. Like I said, I just need a little bit more support. I need some people to help me out and reach out to places, companies, hotels, news, philanthropists. Because, quite frankly, I just cannot do this all on my own. So, I don't judge or hate anybody. If you can't donate, it's not the end of the world. But you can help me spread awareness and help me spread this message. And if you support what I'm doing, then I challenge you to spread this message. Let's make this global, guys. Let's blow this up. Let's make this impact as big as we can. I'm not just walking from coast to coast. I've already went from out past Portland at Multnomah Falls, and I'm out at the ocean side, and I'm going all the way to LA and back to Florida. Like, if you don't think that that's a big deal, like, I'm walking a very, 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 very long ways just to do this. I'm sacrificing my body and mental state, but getting stronger every time I move. And it's part of the raising awareness. Too many people are too self-absorbed. Too many people don't care about what really matters anymore. We've lost so much in trains of thought in caring about one another. And it's so sick. It's so sad. And I think that's where I'm going to end this for tonight. I didn't take a lot of video today because I had to figure out how to pack my stuff and carry it down quite a few miles of beach trail. And I'm back to the 101, or close enough to it to where I can hitch a ride to Newport tomorrow and begin walking on my journey again. Yeah, I'm going to catch a ride 20 miles because I can't carry this gear 20 miles. But you know what? I'm not counting that in my travel miles either. I will have logged how many miles I've walked and how many miles I've been by car. And once I leave the coast, there will be no rides. This is only because it's an emergency, by the way. I would rather walk through these mountain paths. They're beautiful. This whole trip from here on out is just gorgeous all the way down the coast. But it's going to get cold fast, so I've got to move. And I've got to get this pack, and I've got to keep moving forward. If not, I'm going to bury myself. And I'm going to be no good. By the time I get the pack, I'm going to be so exhausted and so done that I'm not even going to keep going. So I'm going to try and count on the kindness of a few people. Even after I've been kind of weirded out by some people, I'm still going to go out there and I'm still going to try. And I'm going to still see if there's somebody out there that'll be willing to give me a ride out to Newport. I'm really hoping that there is. And I'm hoping I can get this camping pack and get back on the road. I haven't stopped moving. I have definitely progressed from where I was at yesterday, but not as far as I want. And without the cart, I will have a lot more freedom. So that's me from the campfire tonight, and we will talk further in a later time, and we'll begin tomorrow. I'll try to shoot a couple videos tomorrow as I figure things out and start to walk my descent down the Oregon coast, headed towards the California coast, and I'll have about a couple hundred miles to get there. It's going to take me a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks to get to the California border, which will be sometime around the middle of September. And I think that's pretty much as far as I've planned for now, and then we'll work our way to LA after that. I'm working things in stages, staying very goal-oriented, focused, and like I said, I dropped half of everything I owned today, and I'm not crying about it. I'm just moving on. There's no sense of crying over spilt milk. It only makes sense to just keep moving forward. That's all I know how to do, guys. So do support me, and I thank every single one of you for all the support that you give me, and look forward to more videos in the near future. And I thank you guys.